Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Lando from The Snap coming at you with the top 10 defenses for the Fantasy Football Playoffs Week 2. Congrats for making it to the semifinals. Hopefully, we'll make you the right start sit decisions to get to the championship round. Toss a like on the video, smash that subscribe button, and comment down below. I respond to every single comment. So if you're struggling or a tough start sit decision, a defense to pick up and play, get me in the comments. I'll try to give you the best advice I can to make it to that championship round. So I'm going to go through the top 10 defenses today. A lot of these defenses you can add right off of waivers. I'll give you the ownership percentage and kind of how I would rank them, obviously. I'm going to go through at the end some good ads, maybe some spot plays if you're in a tough situation as well. If I don't mention a defense on this list, get me in the comments and I'll try to, do the best I can. My number 10 defense is widely available, and that is the Green Bay Packers. They play the Carolina Panthers. Green Bay Packers are owned in 40% of leagues, so they're widely available, and I think they're a great start this week. They have a super low floor, which I love to see for a defense. I do not believe the Panthers are going to score a lot of fantasy points, and they do turn the ball over, and it should be a great matchup for the Packers. So add them, start them. If you're favored in a matchup and just need a floor play, Green Bay is a really good add. My number 9 defense is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're owned in most leagues as well. They're only owned in 40 or 34% of leagues. So I think Cincinnati is a great spot play. The Pittsburgh Steelers have a question mark at quarterback. I do think it's going to be Mason Rudolph as of right now, but I know there's a chance that it is Kenny Pickett. What we do know is it's not going to be Mitch Trubisky. So I do think that you want to target the backup quarterbacks, and that's why I'm targeting Cincinnati this week, and they're great spot play. My most high-risk, high-reward play is going to be the Chicago Bears. They're available in 90% of leagues. They play the Arizona Cardinals. The defense of the Bears has been very, very good. So I do think that they can be picked up and played this week, but it's a high-risk play because the Cardinals can score some points, and they might win this game, to be honest with you. But what I do like about targeting the Cardinals is that they throw interceptions and take sacks. Kyler Murray takes a ton of sacks. So I do think if you're projected to lose this matchup, you need a high play. If 8 points isn't going to do it for you and you want a 10 to 20 point play, I think the Bears have that range of outcomes in them. But again, they might not be your play this week. My number 7 defense is going to be Indianapolis at Atlanta. The Falcons have been inept. They just lost to the Panthers this past week, and Indianapolis is one of the best defenses in the league. They're a top 5 defense scoring so far this year. And despite the weapons that the Falcons have, it seems like it's going to be a tough sledding for Atlanta this week. They are starting Taylor Heineke this week, which I don't think is going to be good for the team. It might be better for Drake London and Bijan Robinson, but I don't think it's going to be good for that team. It's going to be better for the Colts. My number 6 defense is going to be Kansas City versus Las Vegas. Now, this did not work last time. The Raiders put up a lot of points, and typically they play the Chiefs really well. But I think that the Chiefs are gunning for that number 1 seed, and they're going to be ready for the Raiders this week, and Aiden O'Connell should be a very solid play, despite how many points he put up last week and their first outing against the Chiefs. You should be playing the Chiefs. They're a very solid defense, and they're in championship mode for the rest of the season. My number 5 defense is going to be a confidence play, and that's going to be the San Francisco 49ers versus Baltimore. You've likely been rolling with the Niners all season, and if you have a short bench, I do not recommend sitting or starting one of these other defenses. I'm going to just play them against the Ravens and hope it's a good game and maybe they get a pick 6 because they are one of the most talented teams front to back of the entire league. And I can't imagine sitting the Niners defense, especially since you got this far. So I do think they're going to be fine. Yes, they could put up a 0, but I think they're going to be just fine this week, even against Baltimore, one of the best teams in the league. My number 4 defense this week is going to be Philadelphia versus the New York Giants. Aiden O'Connell came back to earth this past week, and I think the Eagles are going to be hungry after losing a couple straight games. They got embarrassed against Drew Lock in the final minutes of the game. So they need to win, and they need to win bad. I can't imagine that Aiden O'Connell and the Giants score that many points. it's going to be sacks and interceptions galore. If they're available, pick them up and play them this week. They might have been dropped. Who knows last week of what happens in your leagues. But I think the Eagles are a great start this week. My number 3 defense is going to be Denver versus New England. Now, this is the most owned defense in the highest on my list. Denver is only owned in 37% of leagues, and New England is a great matchup. The Broncos as a whole have resurged this year, and this is a great play. So add them and play them over most of these teams. So I don't know if I would play the Denver Broncos over the Niners. If I had to pick, it'd be a ballsy move, but I think if you have the gumption to do that, I have them ranked higher this week. So give it a shot. High risk, high reward play. Target the Patriots, and hopefully you make it to the championship round. My number 2 is going to be the New York Jets. So I'm not sure who's that quarterback for the Jets right now, but you want to target the Washington Commanders. Sam Howell got benched this past week. I do believe he's going to play. If it was Geno Smith, I'd probably have the New York Jets a little bit lower on this list, but they have one of the most talented defenses in the league, and I think it's going to be a good matchup. So interceptions, sacks, that's what we like to see. Sam Howell throws the ball a ton, but that is great. We saw that last week, how great that was. So the Jets are a great start this week. And my number 1 is going to be the Buffalo Bills against the LA Chargers. Easton Stick and company, we saw what happened last week with the Raiders, and the Raiders defense is not very good. So target Easton Stick and the Chargers. Their team is going to be banged up. We're not sure if Keenan Allen's going to play, and Austin Eckler is a shell of himself. So I think the Buffalo Bills are a great defense this week. They made the Dallas Cowboys look terrible on Sunday. So Buffalo Bills, if you have them, good luck in championship round. Hopefully they do as good as I'm projecting. Some of the defenses that could be good ads that you could play. I think Houston versus Cleveland is a good ad. Joe Flacco, he's a gunslinger, but you know what? Prone to interceptions. Cleveland in that same matchup at Houston is a very fine matchup if you've been rolling with the Browns and still want to do it. I'm totally fine with it. And then as well, the Washington Commanders at the New York Jets is a very fine play as well. Depending on who's at quarterback, could just be a low-scoring game, a slog of a game, and I'm fine playing them as well. But I don't love the Washington play as much as the rest. All right, guys, let me know what you think of my list in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, stay tuned. We'll be putting out defenses videos next week as well. Y'all seem to like this style of video, so stay tuned on the channel, and we will see you next time.